Oh. Hi, what's
Hi,
up?
Aurelio.
What's
I
up?
I'm great, and you?
Well, I'm great, the same for me. It's a Sunday in the evening here, but it's good. Yes, I stayed for this weekend in holiday for full relax, and I'm so happy because we stayed very well, my wife and I. And now today, tomorrow we go back in the normal life, but it's good. And you,
Great.
all good
I
for this weekend?
I'm great. I'm great. This weekend I work a lot. I study.
Hmm.
Today I'm I'm to go in happy day. This my father. This my my wife.
Oh, okay, okay,
Great.
good. One moment.
Almir, your English is
Okay. Hi,
your
Amir,
English.
what's up?
I'm okay. Today we are on YouTube.
Yes, yes. I solved I solved the problems with the connection. At the end, I find the best solution to resolve the problems because Philip
Okay,
prefer to have the live because in this way we have the opportunity. No, we have the other people have the opportunity, the possibility to watch these meetings and other meetings and started to understand all the process to improve the ability, the capacity to speak in English
yeah.
or on other languages.
You know that I'm a new guy here. I'm about 2 weeks, but I always tell people here that I always watch all the videos that I participate
Oh,
to see the if I'm making progress with the language, if I should have said something different, if I made a mistake, if my sound is okay, if my sound system. So I like to watch all the videos that I participate.
no, no, it's a good idea because in this way you can see the video regarding our meeting and you can understand your mistake eventually. It's a good idea. What's up, Josiane?
Hello, Aurelio. Hello, guys. Good
Hello.
morning. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. It's a pleasure to stay with you here in this meeting.
Thank you.
Now, guys, we stay in standby for a couple of minutes. Eventually, if the other people coming, and after we proceed with the meeting of this evening. This evening, the meeting is the refine languages. I'm so sorry. Eccola. One moment. I'm sharing the question for this evening. Okay. I think that this evening the meeting is so beautiful and so interesting because it's so particular in my point of view logically. Depend of the point of view. Now I decided to do I decided to do this topic, this meeting, because nowadays the culture in the societies is very poor. And in my point of view, is a good topic to speak to chat regarding this topic, because we can eventually understand why there is this problem in the actual society. But don't worry, if you have a problem, it's not a big problem, because for us it is important to talk, to stay together in a safe condition and improve our capacity. But okay, now I think that we can start. I think that it's not necessary to tell you the rules regarding the Talk and Talk meetings, because it's always the same. I think that it's good for us to start with a short presentation. Josiane, can you present yourself, please?
Yes. Hi, guys. My name is Josiane. I'm 35 years old. I'm living in Juiz de Fora, Minas Gerais. I am a physical education teacher. I teach elementary and high school students here in Juiz de Fora. And I also a student, a PhD program in some field in Federal University of Juiz de Fora. And I think this, and I like exercise because it's my work area, and I think I was an example. And I like play volleyball. I like workout. I like exercising a lot of things of a lot of types of sports and exercise. I think it is. I like listen to music. I like visit my parents. In my weekend, I like start of rest. It's very important because my week is very hard, and in weekend I try rest. It's this rest, but I study English too.
It's good, it's good. The rest is so important, but yes, like you, my week is so hard, but I prefer to avoid to stay in rest, because I'm a person that have a lot interesting, and if I have a free times, I like to study different languages, because I'm so exciting at the idea to have the ability to do the capacity to speak in a different languages with other people. And for this reason, if I have time, I like to use my free time to study, or eventually to listen a different documentary, because I prefer the documentary in different languages. Okay, thanks. Alexander, can you present yourself, please?
Yes, yes, of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Alexandre. I'm 40 years old. I live in Florianópolis, Santa Catarina, Brazil. I'm married. I have a daughter. I'm a logistics coordinator. In my hobbies are training bodybuilder and training jiu-jitsu. Uh, my- uh, in my free time, I like spending time with my family. I like read books, practice exercise and outside. Um, I'm starting Talk in July. Uh, my objective in learning English is evolve my professionally. That's it. That's it. This is a little bit about myself. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Almir, please, it's your turn now.
Okay, Aurelio. You see, Alexandre is a very active guy, you know. Yeah, he uh he takes 5 minutes to explain everything he does. He does a lot of things. I'm just kidding, Alexandre. Okay. But he is a very active guy, you know. I've seen him around for sometimes. But I'm Almir. I live here in São Paulo, in the capital, São Paulo, and I was born here. I'm 57 years old. I'm married. I have a daughter. She's 12, and I work in the field in São Paulo for transportation at subway company. I'm a civil servant, and because the company belongs to the government, so I have been working in the same company, for 37 years, my entire life. Right after I left the army, because I was in the army, I was 18, round about that. I started in this company, and I am up until now. That's it.
Okay, thanks. And now is my turn. My name is Aurelio. I'm 55, 6 years. I'm so close to my birthday, but this is good. I'm married with a very beautiful blonde girl. I don't have a child. I'm a normal worker, nothing of special. I have a great passion. I like to follow all activity of the people in the earth, in the space, in particular all the NASA activity, because I think that our future is in the space and probably in the other planets in our solar system. I have a great passion regarding the different languages because I told this before. I think that in this way I have the opportunity to speak with other people in other parts of the world, and I can understand all problems in the other part of the world. And I think that in this way I can open my mind. I have a lot of interesting because yes, interesting regarding the languages for the astronomy, astronautics, science, science, science in general. And I like to read a lot of books in different topics. But in the last 2.5 years, I started to read different types of languages, but not different types of books, but not Italian books. I read always the English book, the Spanish book, and now I started to try to read the Chinese book. And that's it. Okay, we can start with the question number one. Alexander, please. Can you read the question number one and replay?
Of course. Are you a person who uses refined language? Guys, for me, depends. Depends. These people, I'm a conversation. In my word, for example, in my work, sorry, I work. I try speaking in language more refined. With my friends, no, language, normal language. That's it.
Okay. Almir, please, it's your turn now.
Okay, refine the language. That would be a language with a careful vocabulary and with precision, following too many grammar rules. I think that would be it. But as I love to speak English, I'll talk about English, okay? We are here anyway. And I try my best to improve my vocabulary in English. I try my best because I love the language. I don't need the language. I don't need the English to do my job. It's not a requirement. It's not mandatory. I don't need English, but I love the language. I feel good speaking in English, and I have been learning, practicing for a long time, I would say. But it does not mean that I wanted to reach the academic level, because there is an academic level, there is basic, intermediate, advanced, okay, But above advanced, there is an academic level with literature and people, I don't know, so refined language. I won't talk to anybody nowadays with this level of language. Okay, it depends on where the person works or the person is related to. But I don't need I don't want academic level, but I advance the level and improving and getting more and more vocabulary. That's I really want for myself.
Okay, thanks. Josiane, please, it's your turn.
Yes. Your pronunciation in Josiane is very good now, eh?
Okay, thanks. I'm so happy, but because every time I have a problem to pronounce the correct name of the people here in this meeting. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's okay. So about the question, I agree with Alexandre and Almir. I think it depends. I use a colloquial language in most of my conversation with my family, with my friends, in school. When I work, I use colloquial language, and when I stay in a college, I use the more refined language in my group of study, in my presentation in the college. So I think depends who you stay conversation. I think it is.
Okay, thanks. No, in my situation I totally agree with you, but I'm for many years I studied very deeply, very hard the I speak regarding the Italian grammar rules because regarding the other languages I prefer to use the simple words because for me it's so hard, so difficult. But regarding the Italian languages, for many years I studied very hard, very deeply all the grammar rules, all the new words necessary to have a very refined language. And I decided to follow this way because nowadays, unfortunately, all the people, the major part of the people have a very poor languages, and in this way I don't like. And I have the habits to manage my language, yes, like you in a different situation, but every times in my languages, in my conversation, I like to use very, I can tell you, different words, different, yes, I can tell you different words, new words, because in this way, I take the habits to use them. And in the same, the other people that listen my discussion started to understand, oh, there is this new word. I never listened this. Why the meanings of this word? And in this way, I can help other people to improve your capacity. And I like to study different. I like to started to use a different new word because I like the idea to have a very big, very exaggerated culture regarding the Italian language because different respect the other languages. The Italian languages is very rich of new words, different sounds, and I like this because I think that, in my opinion, logically, the Italian languages for me is a very special language. It's very particular, and for this reason, I prefer to proceed in this way. Yes, probably some people don't like these my habits, but I prefer to follow this this my idea. Okay, question number 2, Josiane, can you read the question, please?
Yes. Question 2. What led you to have a richer language than normal? So, after I entered the academic field, my vocabulary improve a lot, because I read a lot of books because my PhD program, and I tend to use more refined words in simple moments or situation. But I think this word is normal for us. And but when I talk to someone who is not in the field, I don't use difficult words so as not to confuse the person. So I try identify the good the good. No, I think the better form of use the words for by conversation the other people. I answer.
Okay, thanks. Almir, please, it's your turn now.
Hey, what led me to have a richer language than normal, but I think that it was my exposure to the language, my excessive exposure to the language. And also I have been studying for a long time English. And here in Brazil, I always looked for native speakers, teachers. So I had many native speakers, teachers from many countries. Guyana. I don't know if you know about Guyana, Aurelio? Guyanese
No.
people. It's close to the
No.
border in the north of Brazil. They speak English. They were colonized by the British. Guyana, English Guyana. You don't know
No.
this country?
No,
It's in the
I
border
never
to
listen.
Brazil.
I listen the French Guyana, but it's also
But
different.
there is
Yes, yes.
next to it there is, but it's not called anymore British Guyana. It's just Guyana now. Anyway, I had three teachers from Guyana, teachers from Canada, from the US. Anyway, so I think it made a difference for me to improve my English and break the shyness to talk to people. And although I don't find my English so well this way, I want to reach a higher level. I have a long way to go, I think. That's it. And yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, thanks. Alexandris, please.
My language em português, I think it's not more refined, but in my work I try speaking in language more refined, because I try show a good print and in my with my boss, others colleagues, I think, speak English. That's it.
Okay, thanks. No, I like to use this example because in this way you can understand my point of view. Is like nowadays. Nowadays, all the Italian people, the major part of the Italian people, I think the 99% of the population are very impolite because in our culture here in Italy, there is the bad habits to use always, in every situation, in every occasion, the bad words. And I don't like these habits. I'm fortunately, many years ago, when I was more or less 16 years old, I decided to change my habits because in that moment I had the same bad habits. And I decided to avoid to use in my languages the bad words. And nowadays, I speak always in every situation, in every occasion, without bad words. And in fact, there are a lot of my friends that told me a lot of time, Aurelio, it's so incredible. I never listen a bad words in your conversation, in your discussion, and it is so strange because nowadays the people have the habits to use the bad words, and for this reason is the same regarding the refined languages. I prefer, I know that there are a different situation in different places, like explained before Alexandris, in the company, in the job, in the family, out with friends. There is the habits to speak regarding different topics, and is it important to have a normal level of conversation, the culture, because if you don't use this, probably there are some people that don't understand your point of view. But I think that for us, for me, in my case, at this moment, is so important to improve my languages with a new words. It's the same if I speak regarding my habits to study and to speak if I have the opportunity in other languages. I have a friend that told me, Ma Aurelio, listen to me. Yes, you speak in Spanish, you speak in English, but nowadays you can use your phone with Google Translate. You can find the best solution regarding the conversation with other people. Yes, this is correct. This is true. But I prefer to have the capacity to speak with other people and avoid to use all the technology that we have today, because in this way, yes, if I use the technology, all situation is so easy. But if I have a situation where I don't have my phone, I don't have a PC or other, I have a problem to speak with other people. Yes, it's correct that I can use the face expression, or I can use like the Italian people the language science because it's so easy. But I prefer to have this capacity regarding the other languages, and in the same, I like to have a good level of knowledge regarding the words and the other, because in this way I don't have a problem if I stay with other people that eventually they have cultural level very high, respect me. And for this reason, I prefer to have to refine refine languages and improve my capacity, my knowledge in a different topics and a different situation. Okay. Question number 2. Question number 3. Almir, can you read the question number 3, please?
Yes, how do people react when they hear you speak and perhaps don't understand everything you are saying? Or how do people react? I had some things that happened here on Talk and Talk, and I mentioned I won't say the name of nobody, okay, no problem, but things that happened here on Talk and Talk already was that I said a word, and the person didn't believe that the word exists, and so I had to explain. And it was a host. The person thought that I was making up a new word, inventing or creating a new word, and the word was immensely. Immensely. Immensely is a word in English, imensamente in Portuguese. Anyway, but the person didn't know this word. Is that this word? Are you sure? I never heard this word. So, and I had to explain to her. Yes, it's a word immensely. It's an adverb. It is related to a verb. So I had to give a class or because I had this problem with this person, and I like to know some things, So I graduated on languages. Maybe I didn't know that, but I graduated on language in Portuguese and in English. So I gave classes. I'm a teacher in English and Portuguese. So I know some things. So I had to explain to her it's an adverb immensely and to do something. Sometimes it happens, but it's not such a refined word immensely. A lot of people know this word.
Okay. Josiane, please.
Yeah, so I think that is clear in my mind. In order to have a conversation, people have to understand each other. And so I try to be as clear as possible. And so, for example, in very specific topic related to my scientific research, I have to be able to speak in a way that people understand. And another example, at the school, at school, I use it to slangs with my students. Search us, tá ligado? Qual é? And I try stay in the moment of conversation, in the balance conversation another people. I think this base of conversation is the people understand us. I think it is.
Okay, thanks. Alexandri, please.
Usually here in TalkNtalk, I'm speaking English. My English not very very well. Uh, I see people's not one understand, but show me is understand. Some people's I see is try not understand, but I see different reactions these people's. That's it.
Okay, thanks. No, in my situation, this is so funny, and in the same time, is very strange because when I speak using refined languages, I notice that people look at me strangely because they aren't able to understand everything. But in that moment that I understand that the people have a problem to understand my discussion, my very strange words, I try to change my vocabulary, or eventually I explain the meanings of the words that I use in this particular occasion. And I think that if there are people that have interesting regarding these new words, it's good. But normally the people prefer to avoid to improve your personal vocabulary, because they think always, they told me always, yes, there are a lot of new words, but nowadays the people prefer to use always the same words. I don't like these bad habits in my point of view. I prefer to proceed in my with my idea, with my habits, and eventually I can correct eventually problem that I can find during the conversation. Okay, question number 4. And now, Almir, please, can you read the question number 4?
Okay, no problem. If you prefer to speak a normal standard, what are your thoughts when you meet people who use big words? do you consider them to be know-it-all who wants to show off? People who wants to big words, if they are know-it-all, know-it-all. In Portuguese we say sabichão, the one who knows everything. And I think that there is nothing wrong if you want to improve your vocabulary. There is nothing wrong with that. What's the problem if you want to improve? As I told you, I graduated on language. I like to learn about the etymology, the origin of the words, etymology. Anyway, but if you have a refined vocabulary, anyway, you need to be polite talking to people, but you have to adjust your speech depending to whom you are talking to. You are not going to be use fancy words all the time. Depends to whom you are talking to. That's my opinion. Okay?
Okay. Alexandri, please.
Guys, I prefer normal standard in my conversations, in my language. I think these people use big words. Depends. Some people, I think this show some up much. Is some people, I think is true. Is people more refined. I think that's it.
Okay, thanks. Just Josiani, can you answer, please?
Yes.
Josiani.
So I don't think people who use the refined words went to show off. I believe it's because they use this type of language in your life because study, because work, because prefer to. And I think the people use it's oh my God, I don't a word. I think it is. I don't believe the show off. I think this is normal in type of language in your life. So of your cause, Aurelio, you like the a good word in conversation. It's okay. It's normal for you. I think it is. I don't think the definite words is the show off.
Okay, thanks. No, when I have the opportunity to be with culture-rich people, I admire them and I listen to everything they say very careful because in this way I can improve my capacity, my knowledge. But it's the same like today because if I haven't the idea your point of view regarding this, but nowadays the people prefer to watch the one moment I don't remember this word in the same in Italian I don't remember the all the program the reality. I'm so sorry. In my brain there are a lot of information that sometimes is a problem. Many people nowadays prefer to watch the reality in the TV because they think that yes is the reality is the life nowadays. But a different respect the other people. I don't like to watch the TV for this program. I like to watch the TV if I have the opportunity to watch a documentary in different topics. But in the same times, I prefer to use my free time to read a lot of books and not a story book. I like to read a scientific, technician books, because in this way, I can improve my knowledge regarding different topics. But this is so strange, because nowadays is an example here in Italy. If you speak with a man, they have interesting regarding the cars, they play football, and the girls. Different. Sometimes they, my friend, they told me, Aurelio, you are a little strange, because you don't have interesting regarding the football. You don't have interesting regarding a beautiful girls. Yes, I don't have interesting regarding the beautiful girls, but because I have my wife, and I don't have interesting regarding the reality, but I have interesting regarding all the scientific topics like the astronomy, the science, the astronautics. And sometimes it's a problem, because I don't. If I like to stay with my friends, and I stay with them a lot of time in the week, but sometimes I have a problem to speak with other people, because I don't have the opportunity to sharing the same information, because they have interesting regarding the football, and I don't have interesting regarding this topic. I have interesting regarding the astronomy, but there aren't. I don't have a friend that have interesting regarding the astronomy. For this this situation is so strange, and sometimes I think that is the same for the language, because regarding this topic, the refined languages, because sometimes, yes, I listen the discussion or in the chat with friends or people, but they use always always the same words, and sometimes they prefer to use always the same words in a not correct way, and this, in my point of view, is not good. Yes, the situation is a little strange, a little particular, but I proceed always. I'm sure that my point of view regarding the Italian language is correct, because if I have the opportunity, I like to read all the types of books like Alessandro Manzoni, etc., etc. And I admire all these very important people that are part of our culture, like Dante Alighieri, etc., etc. For this reason, I think that for us now it is so important to improve our capacity to speak in your case in Portuguese languages, in my case in Italian languages, because in this way we can improve step after step every day. It's like in this case the English languages. You can improve your capacity to speak in English if you study every day, in every moment you have the opportunity, because if you prefer to avoid, no, because I have the capacity to speak, you can improve, and you can find a problem every time. So that's it. I'm so sorry. I lost in my mind. I have this habit to speak and then to change the point of view, but it's always the same. Okay, question number 5. Josiane, can you read the question number 5, please?
Yeah. Fine. Do you prefer to keep a common language as is fashionable this day, or do you prefer to stand out from others? It depends. I find it very difficult for me to maintain refined conversation, because in my case a lot of things are resolved on WhatsApp. So the WhatsApp are short messages with abbreviated words. And in this case, I think it's very hard to maintain the refined conversation. But when I have to resolve something by email, for example, I write formally messenger, and it's more, uh, it's more. I use good words. I use I think this. I don't know the word about this. I think this is my answer.
Okay, thanks. Alexandri, please.
I prefer common language because I am a simple people. I like people's humility. But in some cases, for example, as Josiane said, in my work, sending emails, I try use refined language. That's it.
Okay, thanks. Almir, please.
Okay, it's not that I want to stand out from others. I don't want to stand out from others, not, but I want to learn more and more. That's me, that's myself. So I think I have the right to learn more and more because I, I love the language. I graduated on language. I graduated in English and Portuguese. So I am not a teacher anymore, but I was a teacher. I gave classes in high school. So I want to learn more and more. That's my area. As I told you, I like to study about morphology, etymology. I studied at the university Latin, literature, and all the other stuff. Anyway, that's it. It depends on the person, I think.
Yes, I totally agree with you because I have the habit when I'm a secretary for the team, the runner team where I run. And every month I have the obligation to write the report regarding our meetings. And when I write the report regarding our meeting, I have the habit to use the Italian dictionary, the dictionary regarding the synonymous and opposite, and the etymology dictionary, because in this way I have the opportunity to write the report in a best way in my point of view. And it's the same regarding the languages. I don't care what the people think of me if I use refined languages, because I prefer to increase.
Sorry to cut you,
No,
but
no, no.
at the university I studied 3 years Latin, 3 years of Latin. Decline Latin. Latin is the mother of your language, is the mother of my language, Portuguese, Spanish, French, Romanian has a lot of Latin, and so that's my area.
No, it's,
I like.
no, I totally agree with you because I think that is the same here in this meeting. Example, if I remember, no, 3 weeks ago, we spoke regarding the siblings, and the sibling is the same, the brothers is always the same means. But if you now you have in your mind siblings, yes, siblings is brother. I can use or this or this, and you can start to use this new word because you listen this new word in the meeting. For this reason, for the English languages, it's the same in my case in the Italian languages. If I knowledge a new word, I go to on my Italian dictionary to search this new word to understand the meanings, all the story regarding this word, because in this way I'm sure that I can use this new word in a particular situation, in a particular condition, and I can avoid to do a mistake if I use this word. And it's the same regarding the refined languages. I think that is so important, and in particular, I think that is so important example in the Josiane situation, because in the school you have the opportunity to help the young people to improve the knowledge regarding all the story regarding the languages of this place or the story, etc., etc. For this reason, I think that it is so important. Okay, we have.
Alexander, I have a question for you.
Yep.
In Italian, do you use WhatsApp to change quickly messages
I'm
with
so sorry.
friends, with
I'm so
family?
sorry. I don't understand. Can you repeat, please?
Yes. In Italian, do you use WhatsApp, app, WhatsApp in cell phone?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Think no, because I
No,
think
no. In
the
WhatsApp, I'm so sorry. In WhatsApp nowadays, the people like my friends prefer to use the emotion, because with the emotion, the message is so fast, so I can tell you is a good way to send a message very fast without a lost of times. In my occasion, in my situation, I use WhatsApp like other people, but I prefer to avoid to use the emotion or other drawings, because I prefer to use the normal words, the vocabulary. But this is so important. Don't forget that I don't use the message or the WhatsApp because I prefer to stay face to face in the real situation with my friends, with other people or my colleagues. But nowadays, our life is so fast in every situation, and sometimes I have, like the other people, the necessity to use WhatsApp or Messenger or other platform, because there is the necessity. But I prefer to avoid to use the emotion, etc., etc., because I think that in this way, if we use this emotion, we kill the languages. For this reason, I prefer to avoid if it's possible.
in Brazil, it's more common. WhatsApp
Yeah.
is very common in conversation and voice or text.
No.
So I think the WhatsApp is very. I have it's a problem because it's work, it's friendly, it's family. So WhatsApp had a lot of messages. So we think, oh my God, my cell
Yes.
phone don't stop.
Yes, I totally agree. Yes, regarding the WhatsApp, I prefer, if it's possible, to send a very long message in a short time, to use the voice message, because in this way it's so fast. But in this case, for the other people that receive my voice message, it's important to have a time to listen the message, because you don't listen the message during during your job, because your boss
Yes.
is not agree with this. No, a very, very interesting question. Thanks. Now we have 5 minutes. I think that for us is a good idea to stop with this meeting, with this topic, and we have 5 minutes. If there is something with a question, you have the occasion now.
I have a question for Almir. Almir, do you have a degree in Portuguese in English?
Yes, I graduated in Portuguese and English, letras, português e inglês.
Oh,
Yes,
very
eu dei
good.
aula em colegial, high school, não mais.
Oh,
I said in Portuguese already
I
for you to understand quickly, okay?
oh I admirated your English. You have graduated a degree. Faz sentido, faz
Yes,
sentido agora.
yes, I have a degree on languages. We say in Portuguese letras. In English, they say languages, on languages. And I chose English and Portuguese. And I was a teacher in high school, public school. Eu era concursado, a civil servant, but not anymore because I had two jobs. Two jobs. Both of the jobs were for the government. When they found out that I was being a teacher, I had two jobs for the government. I had to choose one because I couldn't keep both of them at the same time. I didn't tell them, okay, but I have to choose. So I work in the subway company for transportation for 37 years. So I decided to keep my job in the subway company. So I had to uh, let out the teaching part.
Congratulations. Oh, is
Very, very,
very good, very good.
very interesting. I have a question for you, Almir. I don't remember now. I lost. It's a nightmare sometimes. How many times you remain in the army?
Oh, in the army, 1 year and 1 month. They obligate the time.
Ah,
That's
obligation.
obligated here. It's on 1 year, but depends on what you do inside there. If you have some problems, you'll be detained for doing something wrong. You spend 1 month more, 2 months more. So I had to
Ah,
stay 1 month more because I did something wrong there inside. So
no,
you
no, no.
understand, I think, yes. But it was 1 year and a month in the army.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Like here in Italy, many years ago, because nowadays there is this obligation, because nowadays the people, in my point of view, here in Italy, is so strange. No, I have this curiosity because many years ago, many years ago, I stayed in the Italian army and I love to stay here. But in that moment, I decided to change because my point of view, in that moment, I think that the situation it was so different. I decided to delete my life in the Italian army. But I
Okay.
now, but nowadays I think that it was not a good idea. But now,
Here in Brazil, you can continue in the army if you want after they obligated the time. You decide. But I decided to leave.
okay,
Okay.
no, yes, yes, understand. I understand. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry, but we are so close to the end of our times. I'm very happy to stay with you and see you soon next time. I'm so sorry, but here in Italy, we are so close to the midnight, and tomorrow I will go to work. The life is so strange. See you guys. Have a great night.